Hello everyone, my name is Danny. This review is for the movie called The Nightingale. This is a 2018 film. It is rated R. It runs 2 hours and 15 minutes and it stars Aisling Franciosi, Sam Claflin, and Michael Sheasby. The description, kind of long. Set in 1825, Claire, a young Irish convict woman, chases a British officer through the rugged Tasmanian wilderness, bent on revenge for a terrible act of violence he committed against her family. On the way, she enlists the services of an Aboriginal tracker named Billy, who is also marked by trauma from his own violence-filled past. This is The Nightingale. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for watching this video. This movie comes to me as reference of something else I watched. I do research and I found this. And yes, it's a 2018 film, but pretty new considering we don't have much else to watch right now in the middle of this virus. So I was able to find this on one of my platforms I watch movies on. And it was shocking to say the least. The movie itself. So let's talk about it a little bit. First off, this is set in 1825. We do have cuss words. We do have extreme violence. There's a lot of shocking things. And after I watched the movie, I kind of have this feeling that a lot of this stuff is pretty normal back then. You know, I mean, lots of open area, lots of wilderness, lots of racism, just a lot of stuff was in this movie that was pretty shocking. It's actually pretty normal back then. You know, I mean, like, nobody would ever find out what one of the militia leaders would do. You know, if he happened to stop by a cabin and take their resources, you know, who cares? Who knows? Who are they going to call, you know? So, I kind of had to step back for a minute and realize what I was watching is pretty much historic. You know, I mean, it's how things went down back then. And so, you know, while you're watching and you have no idea what you're getting yourself into with this movie, this stuff can like blow you away and be, oh my gosh, shocking and like almost disturbing. But you know, you gotta kind of realize that it's part of history too. It's kind of what people did back then. So that's my first takeaway. The movie itself, I think everybody played their roles magnificently. You know, I mean, this is one of those movies like, if you're not into your role, people are gonna be able to tell. You know, so the hardest thing is walking around the woods. You know, being kind of lost and. That can drag on for a while. You know, people sleeping at night around the campfire, being around the campfire, that kind of stuff doesn't feel necessary, so it can kind of slow down the momentum a little bit. But otherwise, you know, everything's so interesting and keeps moving just fine. So, I don't want to tell you any of the stuff that happens because I do want people to watch this off of my recommendation here watching this video, but some of the stuff is really hard to watch. I'm just going to say, if you can make it through the first half hour, the setup of the story, congratulations, you made it half an hour and you can watch the rest of the movie. That's kind of how I felt. I kind of felt like, am I going to stop this after half an hour? Because I was pretty uncomfortable. I didn't know where it was going to go. And, I thought about, the description saying that it's going to be a journey, and everything. I'm like, okay. I'll watch this over 2 hour movie just to watch the journey. So, but the first half hour is really the tough part to make it through. So, other than that, it's a movie to behold. It's historic and it's violent, and that's pretty much what people want from movies nowadays that are like this. And we have a lot of movies like this historically, but nothing lately. So it's pretty original, and I appreciate Billy being such a great character in this. The soldiers, they're providing the shocking things, so you gotta admire them for being able to handle the tough role. You never know how people sleep at night knowing that they played a character like this, but it's tough. So I would say the general sense of the movie feels a little too shocking almost. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm sure some people won't be able to stomach this movie, and so that tells you what you need to know. And then just the olden feeling of it. Some of the things that happen. I mean, like today we would wonder, why are people doing that way? But it's kind of a cool movie too. So I was kind of wavering on how big a scope of a grade I can consider for this movie, but I think I'm gonna go with a C plus. I think that gives a good sense to people that this isn't gonna be for everybody, but the people that can stomach it, the people that can make it all the way through, it's kind of a big journey. It's kind of a big deal, and there's a lot of stuff that happens that'll blow your mind. And if you're watching very intensely, and you don't know what you're getting into before you get into it, it might be a surprise. Then I think this movie is pretty worth it. So yeah, C plus I think is pretty fair and gives you kind of a good glimpse of this movie. But C plus for the Nightingale. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them watched. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.